Hello, I am Armen Ter-Gukasyan and my partner is Torosyan, and we did our project on the 2005 Supreme Court case of Roper versus Simmons. The court case was about a 17-year-old teenager named Christopher Simmons committing a premeditated murder with one other younger teenager named Charles Benjamin. Two of them went into Shirley Cook's house with a plan to rob the house and murder her. In the middle of the night, after breaking into her house and robbing it, they tied Miss Cook up and put her inside of a body bag and then threw her off of a bridge. During the trial, there was overwhelming evidence that Simmons was guilty. As a result, Simmons confessed and showed the jury how he and Benjamin did everything in the crime. After confessing, the jury recommended the death sentence for Simmons, which the jury imposed. Simmons motioned for a conviction and sentence, arguing about his age and troubled past. However, the trial court still rejected the motion. Slowly, this case moved its way up to the court system, and each time the courts were upholding the death sentence. As this was happening, the Eighth Amendment came into play during this trial. The Eighth Amendment states that punishments and fines should not be excessive nor cruel. In this case, Simmons was arguing that he was only a minor and he should not be sentenced to death. They later sentenced him to life in prison without parole. After that, the state of Missouri appealed the case to the U.S. Supreme Court, and Simmons went against Donald P. Roper. Simmons' side argued that juveniles should not be sentenced to death because of the Eighth Amendment. Under the evolving standards of decency tests, the court ruled that it was cruel and unusual punishment to sentence a juvenile to death. Part of the reason the court did not sentence Simmons to death was because the national consensus thought it was unconstitutional. Only 3 states gave a death sentence to a juvenile in the last 10 years: Oklahoma, Texas, and Virginia. The impact of this case was that 72 other people in the same situation as Simmons did not get sentenced to death. Furthermore, if this ruling had happened prior to 1976, there would have been 22 more juvenile lives saved. In a short span of 39 years, there have been 22 cases of juvenile been given the death sentence. This is nearly an incident every 2 years, and therefore the significance of this ruling is very obvious. Nearly once every 2 years, a minor's life can be saved because of this decision by the Supreme Court. This controversial decision by the Supreme Court was important because it put into effect that the idea of sentencing a juvenile to death is unconstitutional. To end the life of a minor for an act that they might have committed out of emotional distress and an inability to deal with stress due to their young age. The Supreme Court agreed with this, and from now on, a minor will no longer have to face the trauma that comes along with being sentenced to death, especially at such a young age. Thank you for watching.